Okay guys, in this video we are going to learn about relative navigation. So far in our application we have been using absolute paths for navigation. How do you identify an absolute path? It begins with a /. So if you take a look at the department list component, we use /departments to navigate to the department detail component. And in the department detail component, we use again /departments to navigate back to the department list component. When we use absolute paths though, there is a small disadvantage, and that is the lack of flexibility in our routes. Let me help you understand with an example. Let's say a few days after you have developed your application, you get a small requirement. The requirement is as small as changing departments in the URL to departments-list. Pretty simple, right? So you make the change in the routing module. Department list, and then department list. And then we do a quick round of testing. Let's go back to the browser and navigate to localhost 4200. The URL changes to department-list, so that works. If I click on Angular, however, you can see that the application is broken. We see page not found. The URL is pointing to /departments instead of department-list. That is because when we change the path in the routing module, we also need to change all occurrences of that particular absolute path. So in the department list component, I would have to change this /departments to department-list, and in the department detail component as well, change the occurrences to department-list. So as you see, our routing was good but not flexible enough. To add a bit of flexibility, we can make use of relative navigation. Let's make the change first in the department list component. I'm going to comment this absolute path and add the code for relative navigation. And the code is quite similar. This.router.navigate, and then we pass two arguments. The first argument is the link parameters array, but this time it will only contain the parameter. And this is going to be department ID. So department.id. And the second argument is an object that has a property relative to, and then the value is this.route. This basically means, hey, I don't care what the URL is right now, but to the current route, append the department ID. And then navigate to that URL. So if you are in the department list component, the URL would be /department-list. And to that, we just add the department ID and then navigate to that particular URL. Let's do the same in department detail component as well. I'm going to comment this out and then add the code for relative navigation. This.router.navigate. Again, two arguments. The first one is the link parameters array. And within the link parameters array, first we specify the path. And this is going to be ..dash, which means go back one segment in the URL. So if the URL is department-list/1, go back to just department-list. Remove the /1. And then of course, don't forget to pass in the optional route parameter. So ID is going to be selected ID. And this is going to be relative to, this.route. Now let's test this out. I'm going to go back to localhost 4200. This will redirect me to department-list. I'm going to click on Angular. This will take me to department-list/1. So whatever the URL was, it is just going to add /1. If I click on the back button it says go back up one URL segment. So it is going to remove /1. Click on back and we arrive at the department list component. And of course, we have ID equal to 1, which is the optional route parameter. So our application works perfectly fine. So anytime in the future, if we are asked to revert back to /departments, we can just change in the app routing module and our application will not break. So let's try it out. I'm going to change back to /departments and let's quickly test this out as well. I'm going to go back to the browser. So localhost 4200 redirects back to /departments. I'm going to click on Angular. It's going to do a /1. And then I click on back. It is going to go back to /departments. So the application still works fine. Well, that is how you make use of relative navigation. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you guys in the next video.